Black Clover episode 21. Honestly, straight up, I'm gonna say the best episode I've seen in this series. Just the best, straight up. I don't give a damn if anybody fights with me on that. I'll straight up say this was the best episode in the whole series, cause up until episode 20, yeah, I was impressed by what they did in the last, I would say, 5 to 6 episodes. Did it good with their last 5 to 6 episode, but this episode was exceptional. Just look at the fight scenes. Like, it just looks so clean to me. Like, yeah, there was a little bit of lackiness over here and there, but it still looked, the fight scenes were pretty clean. And not to mention that they didn't only, like, normally they would adapt one chapter. This time they adapted 2 chapters, which I'm pretty happy with. Normally adapting 1 chapter was like their thing, and now they're adapted 2 chapters. And especially when the opening sequence started, they didn't go with the same old thing where they go like, yeah, they go with the same old 4 to 5 minutes intro. Rather, they went with giving us a little background check, like giving us a little what's going on in the background, showing where the villain is and stuff. And it's good because you only get that 30 seconds of intro where there's like magic kin and stuff, and then with the demon lord and stuff. And then you see that after that they dissect it to a different part, and they go to to a completely different background where they show our first villain lackey. I would say it was not even a villain. Yeah, it is a villain lackey. So he's just over there sitting and enjoying his day and stuff, and he's just like over there just like, what should I do next? That's basically him. Then we get a cut to a cousin, and then again we get to see the whole scene we saw last week. But I'm not disappointed because that scene was pretty good, damn good. I'll not lie. That scene, that got me hyped. All right, just because of that scene, it got me hyped. Like, yo, they did a very good job. Not only that, and then they went straight to the action against the magic knights, and they went against the Silva family. Asta went up against the Silva family, and that was a damn good fight. And even in manga, I was like, yo, that's a very good fight. And it's really that, not that, it's just the feel that it gives me, like the classical shonen feel, you know. It just gave me those feels again. But I remember when I read on the manga early on, and was just like again, the manga, I was like, okay, this is going on straight, this is going on pretty good, damn good. And it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of good, yeah, good. And then all of a sudden this fight comes in, and I'm like, yo, that is cool, that is pretty damn cool. I'll not lie, that was pretty damn cool. And then they also adapted chapter 25, which is pretty good. We also get a look on Asta's another rival, Leopold, I think so his name was, right? Yeah, Leopold. And we also see at Fujian, I think his name is. It's been a long time since I read the manga. Like, I've not read the manga once I reached the 83rd or 84th chapter, so I know there's a lot I have to catch up with. But I know that there's people from Vermilion family who are cousins to Mimosa, who is a healer. And yeah, you can also see that Mimosa is kind of getting this feel like Asta's, you know, kind of like harem feeling here. Yeah, some kind of hint there. But leaving that aside, moving further on, we see that the Magic Kingdom comes under attack. Not to mention that we also see that there is this little conflict between the Silva and the Vermilion, where they bring out their eyes and fire. You see fire and ice oppositions, you know. Yeah, so you see that those two happening out there, fire and ice being the opposition, Vermilion being on the fire side and Silva being on the ice side. And you see that, like, I don't want to spoil this because it's just so it'll be so much this, but there's something about it. There's something. But moving on later, we go move into this city attack thing, where we see that they're like zombie-like creatures who attack the city, and I'm not gonna reveal what it is, but it is connected to one of the people that was with what's his name? The lackey, the villain lackey. I forgot his name again, but it's connected to one of his people, one of the four peoples he carries along. I just spoiled that, didn't I? Oh yeah, he carries around one of the persons he carries along with him. Yeah, it's one of his magic, if I'm correct. And we can clearly see it's a necromancy. And yeah, it was pretty good to see that. And then we move further and see that these guys are just attacking the city randomly and stuff. And we also see a cool moment where the team is dissected. Like one of the team goes to North District, one of the team goes to East District, one of them go to Northeast, one of them go to I forgot which district it is. But yeah, teams were dissected to each district, if I'm correct. North, south, west, and east. No, not. Am I correct? North, south. I may be wrong about that, but yeah. You see that the teams are dissected. One team consists of Yuno, and the Yuno team. Yeah, Vermilion. No, not Vermilion, but the Yuno team. Yuno, Mimosa, and somebody else. The guy who captures Asta in this episode. The sand guy. The sand guy. That's what I'm gonna call him. It's just I just don't remember most of the names. I just remember the main character names. So yeah. And then we also see that there's what's his name again? Fugian. That's his name, I think so. He goes with Noel behind Asta and Leopold. And then we also see that the Silva family, they go off to district, and 3 people, one including Four Eyes, goes to some place. Yeah, those are the only 4 teams, I think so. Yeah, those are 4 teams that go in. So that's basically the whole episode. Pretty much that's it. And then we see that this little moment where he's like trying to get us. Oh yeah, there is another moment where we see the one of the captains, Sol, and her sister. If I remember the captain's name, is it Charlotte? I may be wrong. I may be wrong about this. I may be getting a wrong feeling about it, but I think so. It is Charlotte. But yeah, you see those 2 go to another district. Yeah, those are the only ones that goes to each district. I don't know where the other captains are. I don't know where the serpents are. Serpents, that's the name, right? Or cockroaches. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. He's one of the coolest captains I've seen. Like, he's like the Orochimaru of the series, you could say. And yeah, I like that guy. But yeah, I don't know where the other servants are right now, because they never reveal where the other servants are, to be honest. And that's everything that happened in this episode, I think so, except for the ending where this guy goes for the girl, and Asta shows up for a little girl. Yeah, a little girl. He's a pedophile. Yeah, but Asta shows up, and then he's like, I will protect the girl. Very cliche, but I feel like I got a cool feeling, because it's just like Asta breaks through. Unlike Noelle, who's just like in the episode 10, where she's just like, I'll protect everybody, and then brings out the barrier. Unlike that, this was a very cool moment where just Asta blazes through the fire and just comes out of nowhere. So I think that was one of the cool moments I've seen in Black Clover all over. I would rate this episode. I think so. I'll give this episode a high rating than I usually give most of my episodes. I would say it would be around 7.5 or 8. Yes, I gave it a high rating because I felt like this was so good, because I felt like this episode actually was clean. It actually felt like, oh, what a cool episode. It had its flaws, it still felt like a cool episode. So yeah, I'll give it a 7.5 or 8 out of 10, because of how cool the episode was. Not to mention some of the things that Asta does in this episode is just straight up cool. And I just can't deny this episode was one of the coolest episodes. I just can't deny, even though this guy's a loudmouth, he became one of the coolest protagonists in no matter of time. I'm pretty sure for everybody because I really like him in the manga. I'll not lie it. I'll not lie at that. I really like Asta in the manga. I really like Noel in the manga, and not to mention, I even like Yami. And Yami is one of my favorite characters all over. Like, I know the shit he does in the manga. Like, crazy shit. So yeah. His magic is gonna be the most exciting to see. Yami's magic is one of the best magics I've seen, and yes, it is one of the best characters all over for me. Cause Yami, yep, he's definitely one of my top 10 favorite characters just because of how, just because I like those kind of characters. Where Yami is like, he's definitely one of my top 10 characters. I can't deny. I just like characters that are more like Yami rather than Asta, you know. So yeah, that was the whole episode. What do you think? Where do you rate this episode of Black Clover? I rate it from 7.5 to 8, around that. I normally don't give a high rating for Black Clover anime episodes because it's just like, yeah, no, it, yeah, yeah. That's basically my expression most of the time. But I'll give this episode a 7.5 or 8 just because it was a good episode. It was all over a good episode, no matter what you say. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to hit the like button if you like my content. Don't forget to subscribe for more anime and gaming content, and I'll see you in the next video. So as always, peace.